I am going to put some fresh power steering fluid into the power steering there. I gotta suck it out with something, and then we'll put some new stuff in there. I think these use Dextrons. We'll put some Dextron in there for right now, just to flush things out. Run some in there, run it around town for a while. Do it again 2 or 3 times. Since it doesn't have a drain plug on it, you know. So what I got here is just a regular pump that you use for gear oil and stuff. Yeah, so before I spill it, I'll spill something. But the power steering thingy is right down there. Yeah, see right here. And yeah. See that? You see that? I know somebody's gonna say something about me sticking my finger in there, but it wouldn't hurt to put some new stuff in, right? So I'm just gonna stick the bottom of that pump in there and pump it out just like you're pumping it out of a bottle, and then I gotta pump it into some kind of receptacle, right? I think I got an old bottle of something here. Hang on there. Alright, so I'll try not to make a mess here like I always do. Pump end goes down there. Go there. There's not much fluid in there. Most of it's in the system. So this is just what's in the reservoir. That's what I was saying. You got to do this maybe once or twice or 3 times. Be good. There it goes. Yep, black stuff. I've had some comments the other day, from why is the trans fluid black? One comment was, well, that's from the heat. That's from the heat. Well, I've seen fluid that's been burnt before, and that's usually brown, not black. Okay? So if you've seen the video in my Tacoma, I think I had 30 or 40,000 miles, and I did a trans service. Factory recommends 100,000 miles, but I did it at 40,000 miles, and it was black. So I don't think that's from heat. I think that's just wear and tear, you know. You got the clutch materials, you got bearings and all that breaking in. Where does all that stuff go? Particles in suspension, yeah. That's my theory anyway. In motor oil, I could see the black from carbon, from, you know, products of combustion. But oil like this, I think it's just wear. So now I got to put oil back in, just the opposite. I think you know how to do that, right? Okay, so I just pump some fluid back in there. How much do I put in there? Well, look, you got a little dipstick here. Check a dipstick. One says full cold, and the other it says full hot. You know, it has to do with the expansion and all that kind of stuff when it gets hot. So put in enough, but don't overfill it. What I'm going to do is probably drive it for a couple days and then change it one more time. That's all. So here's one thing with these trucks, you gotta check the transfer case fluid level. I'm talking not just this truck, but all 4x4s. I had a friend bring his Jeep over one day, or her Jeep over, yeah. Had no transfer case fluid, gear oil, or whatever it takes. So let's look at this one real quick. This is a Borg Warner transfer case, and these are known for the pumps going out. There is a pump in here. Where's it at? Hold on a minute. Just hold your horses here. Oh. Yeah, so there's a transfer case right there. Okay, electronic shift motor. Set of switches in here and a gear and all that stuff, but here's the drain plug, here's the fill plug, so I have to clean that up before I crack it open. I'll stick my finger in there and see if we got anything in there. So anyway, there's a pump in here, right? And these things go out. They actually break loose, okay, because yeah, I got a video out there somewhere where I tore mine apart when I took care of that issue. It's just from wear. They wear out, break loose, and then they spin. Yeah, they're not supposed to spin. Yeah. So, yeah, let's see if there's any oil in there. Let me show you the oil pump. Okay, the oil pump. See this black thing in here? This is the pickup off the oil pump. And it goes way down here into this little slot here. It's got a little screen on it. Looks pretty clean. Okay, and the little slot just kind of holds it in there. Holds it in there from flopping around and not getting stuck on the chain and jacking everything up. Because this is not full of oil. You're only full of oil up to the fill plug, so it's only about that much oil in there. Okay. Let me show you the oil pump, because this is an easy fix for a backyard mechanic like myself. This is a common problem with the 1356 transfer case. The oil pump. That noise I was telling you about? See it now? See that? That's what that noise is. That is to the body of the oil pump. An oil pump. I don't think you can see it in here, but it fits around the shaft. I think it's behind the chain there. And the only thing that's keeping it from turning is this little piece of metal here that sits between this little ridge in the transfer case and that little ridge of the transfer case. So when you hear it banging around like that, that's what it is. That's normal, but what happens is it actually wears the transfer case out. Okay, I did this repair or modification some years ago. There's several different ways to do it, but this is the easiest way I found to do it. Okay, you should see the two ridges. This ridge here is just silicone. Let me take that out of your way here. That's coming out. But yeah, you got these two ridges right here. Okay, get this ridge and that ridge, and what happens is, because that thing flips flopping back and forth in there, it wears out. And if you look real carefully, you can see where it's worn a notch in there. See that? See, once it gets past, once it wears past that ridge, the whole pump will spin and you won't get any oil. Or it'll spin and it'll disconnect your little hose, it'll disconnect the pickup hose, and you won't get any oil into the moving parts in here. And baby, there's some moving parts in there. See that? That's a planetary gear back down there on the bottom. See that? Yeah, so how do you fix that? One way to do it is to drive a screw in from the outside, drill a hole, and put a screw in that will hold that thing from flipping and flopping back and forth like that. And you're probably, huh? How do I do that? Well, very carefully mark the location. Okay, this thing is a bent piece of metal. It's insert a screw in under there into the transfer case to hold it from flipping, flopping back and forth. Or what I did in this case, yeah. What I did on this case, I just bent this tab. I bent the tab down so it's no longer wearing in that spot. It's wearing in a new spot. So I clean around from the plug there, just make sure I don't get no dirt in there, right? Got all kinds of stuff caked up on there. Use my old toothbrush, right? Alright, so I cracked it loose. It's pretty tight. And what I noticed on this plug and on the plug on the front differential, they're marked. You know, somebody put a little blue paint on there. I don't know why, but I do that when I go to the dealer. So I know it's been touched. You know, I want to make sure they do what they said they're going to do. So, oh yeah, look. That's a good. Looks pretty good. It's not burnt. It's full. Okay. Plug that back up. So I wanted to check. Now, there's no guarantee the pump still works, so. Right? Right. So let's take a look at the rear diff while I'm under here. Stick my finger in there and see what's in there. Stick in my thumb and pull out a plum, right? Boy, that don't look like it's ever been opened. Well, that's not too good. I got a 3/8 ratchet there with a cheater bar on there, and it looks like somebody had tried taking it off before. The first thing I noticed, see how it's kind of rounded, the corners? That might be a problem. So we'll let that go for now. That's interesting. See the factory sway bars on here? These typically get all bent up from off-roading, getting hit. Same with the lower shock mounts. So everything's in really good shape. Except it's got, looks like it's got addle leaves on it, and that's making for a stiff ride. It's got no lift blocks. So we'll find out. Why is this hanging down here? There we go. Put that up here. Lift kit. These drop brackets look pretty crude, but they're pretty thick. I'd say that'll work. Let's check the front real quick while I'm out here, since I got nothing to do. Alright, so this is the front diff. You see a little blue mark on there? That's the same mark that was on the transfer case, so maybe some service department did that or something. We'll see what's in there. It does have a little leak on the passenger side axle, so that's not bad. Well, let's see if anything's in there, you know? That's what the little pinky's for, right? Hey. I'm surprised anything came out of there. It's nice and clean. It's a little low, but it's not bad. Yeah, so I had, where are we at? Oh, there we are. It's clean. Yeah, so somebody serviced it. It's a little low. I'm gonna put some little magic in a bottle in there, you know. Magic in a bottle. Yeah. Is that called snake oil? Because yeah, this seal here looks like it's got a little leak. Not bad. This is passenger side axle shaft right here. So for right now, I'm going to add a little stop leak in there. I think it's Bartles or something. We'll see if it does anything. It's not going to hurt nothing. Hopefully it stops the leak. That's number one. So I'll have to pump that in there too. Alright, so, you know, I've got several different versions of this. I'm going to use this one because this one's only got like a few ounces on the bottom. I've got some Lucas, I got some Valvoline, but this ain't going to hurt none. As you can see, it's an LS, which means limited slip, right? This is not a limited slip differential, so. Yeah, use the LS stuff when you have a limited slip, okay? This way you don't have to put additive on it. So we're going to use some of this stuff. Mars Leaks. Guaranteed one-stop leak. Good for all engine oil, transmission, power steering fluids. Won't hurt. I'm not going to fill it completely with this stuff. I'm just going to put a little bit in there. Oh, and this little squirt bottle, you stick it in the hole and squish. Good to go, right? Fill it until it starts overflowing and you're good.